Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm joined by Will Smith, one of my real good homeboys from Burke County, Georgia, to discuss self love and more. Hey, Will, how's it going?
Finding you, Chris, and thank you for this opportunity to come in to pour into you and others that are viewing on this here lovely podcast that brings out the best, not only in you, but those that you have present. So I greatly appreciate this opportunity.
Oh, man, thanks for the positive words, pun intended.
Yeah, most
Hey,
definitely.
it's good to have you on. We hadn't seen each other physically in a while. But when I have people on here, especially people like you,
Thank you.
homeboys, homegirls who I've looked up to over the years, man, I just really appreciate it. So
Thank you.
yeah, so right now, man, let's go ahead and jump into it.
I'm
As
ready.
everyone see, we're talking about self-love. I wanted to especially have you on, aka Mr. Positivity, because there's a direct correlation to it and with it. So having you on and kind of, telling us a little bit about you and some of the things that you're doing and plan to do for that matter as it relates to positivity in particular, but overarchingly as it relates to self-love. Man, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Oh, Chris, I greatly appreciate this opportunity. And when you were talking about self-love, first and foremost, I always truly believe, having a positive mindset, you have to look within yourself, having that positive heart. Uh, as men, it's a struggle for us to really dive deep into who we are. And I think all the time, when it comes to trying to find who you are, men, we just take time to grow, and this think box that we have on our head, it doesn't allow us to really look within ourselves and find ourselves so we can love ourselves. And I always believe this: you're not able to love anyone else until you learn who you are so you can love yourself. And that's one of those big things, Chris. And so when I
Mhm.
think about the positiveness of a man, he's got to be willing to look within himself, to find himself, and then love himself.
And then love himself. Man, I read something I think it was day before yesterday, and it was an excerpt from someone's opinion around self-love, and just the way they presented it, and the latter of what you said, it's so it was so amazing for me to read from this excerpt how much people don't tell themselves that they love themselves. You tell everyone else, but I thought about it, Will, and I'll just be transparent with everyone. I I couldn't remember the last time I literally told myself that.
Well, Chris, just the other day, while as an instructor at one of the high schools here locally, I I basically told my students, my scholars,
Uh-huh.
that every time you get a chance to look in the mirror, there's your twin looking back at you. He or she is saying or looking at you like, do you really love me? Do
Right.
you really know me? Are you looking at me or are you looking through me? And so,
I
with that
like
being
that.
said, the positive you should do like Terrell Owens and say, I love me some me. I love me some me.
I love me
I,
some men.
I am who I am, and I am creating who I want to be. And that's because I love me some me. And people got to think like that. When you think like that, you're not being arrogant, you're not being conceited,
Hmm.
you're showing yourself self love.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Will, I want a sidebar right there.
Okay.
You said something about, well, you said looking in the mirror first and foremost, and that's your twin. Not look through, right, that person. Um, but when you said Terrell Owens, love me some me, and love most people too, and I've had these conversations. It would be surprised how many people like genuinely do not love themselves. They don't like, to your point, your visual, what they see in the mirror. And
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, okay, what are you doing about it? So what are your thoughts around that, Will?
Well, I'm going to go back to a saying that my wife told me years ago when I first met her. And she was talking about her grandpa. And he would always say, be who you are. And I really grasped that and took that uh, going on 30 something years now. And I always learned that in order for you to be who you are, you've got to see who you are. And if you're looking in that mirror, you don't see yourself, how can you be yourself? And so when you're not able to be yourself, how can you love yourself? Because you're not looking within yourself. Men, women, boys, and girls, if you're out there, stop looking over yourself. Stop looking through yourself and look within yourself so you can love yourself.
I used to tell some of the guys I used to mentor, this is maybe 4 or 5 years ago, give or take, around the COVID pandemic and such. It's like, dude, to your point, if you're not liking what you see when you look within, if you don't love, forget the love part, if you don't even like what you see, right?
Yes.
And my question was, that proverbial, like, what are you doing about it?
It's so funny that you made that statement, Chris, and I'm laughing because it is so true. I said this just the other day. If you're given another day with breath in your body, that's called opportunity.
Mm.
And with that opportunity, you have an opportunity, you have a chance to change if you are willing to change. If you're not pleased with who you are, who you've been, who you're becoming, if you're given breath in your body, take advantage of that opportunity. That's another chance, and another chance, and another chance. Stop taking just a glance at yourself, and then you don't recognize who you are. And if you're not pleased with who you are or who you're becoming, take that chance on you.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back there. When you take that chance on you, that goes back directly back to self-love.
I used to ask the young guys in particular, well, how do you envision yourself futuristically? Okay, so what steps are you going to take, like literally, even if you got to write them down? Get a board, go to your piece of paper, go to what, if you got to literally write it down, go do it.
I'm going to say this. When you're talking about growing and trying to go up, there are many steps you have to take, but it starts with being authentic. You have to be real with yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I think I really believe a lot of people don't take time out to say, you know what, I've been blessed with another year on this earth. What have I learned through my experiences? That's gaining wisdom from every experience. And so sometimes we can look at the evidence that's been shown through research, the data, but there's nothing like that authentic knowing you, how you have grown for you. And so that's the steps that you take, Chris, to get where you want to go. And I can be honest. My mom said this when she was living. She said, it took me 20 years to figure you out, young man.
Yeah, really?
Yes. And then when she said that, I started to try to look at me. Who am I?
Wow.
Who do I desire to be? And so once I started working on me internally, I started to see who I wanted to become. And here I am today. And that's because of the plan, the potential, and the purpose. And you progress on this here journey, and you start to see, man, you start to like and you start to love yourself for who you are becoming. And that goes back to that village also. I got a motto.
Yes.
Chris, I have a motto. You surround yourself with people that want to grow you, not just know you.
I like that. Yes.
And people that want to grow you don't always have to talk. Sometimes they can be just an example. That nonverbal communication, the way they move, and they're moving that needle in the right direction. And I get, that feeling. Like you and I doing this, and I was telling someone I was doing my class, I said, I'm going on this podcast with Mr. Chris Jones, the life writer. And I said, this thing is like, they said, Coach, why are you getting excited? I said, because I know where he came from. He's humble, but I know where he came from. And I get excited. Like, people that are moving the needle in the right direction, you ought to get excited about it, because guess what? They don't just want to know what you have and what you're doing. They want to make sure they hold you accountable. And that's who you want to surround yourself with.
Yep, I wholeheartedly agree.
If you really love yourself.
If If you really love yourself. That's right. Will, so how do you how do you typically exemplify it in your world of things?
I'll say this here. My other motto, it says the standard, their expectation. Every day that I get up, I stand on that. I stand on the word, and then I stand on my motto, being the example, the imperfect example. When you know you and you love you, you'll be true to you. See, so I don't truly believe there's no fake people in this world. I truly believe the person that is in their season is that person right now until they make that change. And so how I function is that I know that I'm an imperfect person, but I have to be real with me. And so I can be the example to others and they can see the real me. That's it, Chris.
That is it. I go back to my mentees, right? It's kind of like well, Mr. Jones, that's easy for you to say. That's well, I mean, okay, it may be easy for me to say now,
Correct.
but I used to be you, right?
Yes.
Or similar to you and your situation. I mean, all of us have, been there, done that in some respect. I said, don't get it twisted now. It wasn't always like this, right? It takes that time. It takes the Will Smiths. It takes the Chris Abrams, the Susan Barges. I'm thinking of people who have been in like the social science, social services type of arena who have served people like literally for years, decades, right? And they've seen the struggle and they've helped people, to and through certain things.
Most definitely. And let me stick a pin right there.
Mm-hmm.
When you said serve, how are you going to serve someone else when you don't love yourself?
That's right.
And so then you're not able to serve you first. I want to serve me first. I want to serve me first. So when I'm serving me and I'm full and my cup runneth over with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, I can pour into somebody else in a positive way.
Right.
That lets people know, man, I got enough love for me and you.
That's right.
And that's what men don't stand on. I really, truly believe once you have a positive vibe for yourself, that positive energy, man, this thing here it can expand beyond your dreams. And you are dedicated to that kind of life and that lifestyle only because you desire more. And you know that it's going to propel somebody else to move the needle, as I said earlier, in a different direction, whereas they're not complacent with life.
Right.
Love is an action word, Chris. It's an action word, and it's what you do with it. I love me some. I told you, I love me some me, man. And so when I say I love me some me, I'm moving for me.
Right.
I'm sacrificing for me. Better yet, when I'm loving me for me and I'm sacrificing for me, those people that are linked to me, I'm doing those things for them. I'm being that example. And even when I mess up, guess what? I'm going to mess up daggone trying to do it the right way, in a positive way.
Exactly.
And that's the best love you can give yourself. I'm telling you, Chris, I'm in this chair here, this recliner, but it feels so good, but there's nothing like this hug here, brother.
It's kind of like, you used to hug physically. You physically did this, right? I tell some of the guys, I'm like, sometimes it's whatever works.
Exactly.
If there's little subliminal things that you can do that you can kind of trick yourself into doing, fake it until you make it, or however you want to frame it. I said, but there's some physical things that you could do that's going to bring warmth and like a nurturing type of environment to you, for you, in order for you to eventually like yourself a little more. But in this case, love yourself a little more. And we'll just to rehash, like on your day-to-day, like what is you work with, your scholars. What does that kind of look like on your day-to-day?
Well, first and foremost, I am an instructor. I'm an educator. I don't get caught up on titles. I am also the CEO of Mr. Positivity, whereas, I am a speaker, instructor. I am also a curriculum developer. And one of the biggest things I do is I get to work with high schoolers every single day, where I get the chance to pour in, where I have two programs, one for male, they're gender-based, male and female. The males is called GYM, and it's also linked to like school, growing young men. And then when it came down to putting together a program for the young ladies, which is similar to the male, it's called CUTE, QUT. So we didn't want to be so pretty, but we want to make sure we're queening, unique, triumphant, elegant young women. Whereas I pour into them life lessons, real lessons about what they're going to need beyond academia to be able to survive in this real world, to be successful in this real world, and also to be them, and also expand to whatever career they want. If it's military, if it's college, or the workforce, I want to make sure that I have an opportunity to pour into them about finances, about budgeting, about, etiquette, professional dress, employability skills, all of these things that they get from my perspective and also from my life on a daily basis.
Exactly. I knew, on the surface, an idea, what you did your day to day, because, you post, messages, be it on, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, that branding, right, that we were talking about earlier, getting the word out, because, I'm a believer in, we need more of it, right? We need more people, Will Smiths. We need more of all these folks, because there are a lot of people out there hurting and or outright lost. There's a multitude of reasons why, they're there. But I've always been one of those people who wanted to at least attempt to help do something about it. How does positivity play a role, or even bigger role, when it comes to self-love?
Well, Chris, you're looking at it. Every day I smile, man. You're not going to steal my joy. That inner peace, that's what positivity, it does something to you. Have that inner peace. I can give you a piece of who I am, but I got to make sure what piece I give you so I can still be at peace. See, these positive quotes also gives people the mindset to take some positive notes about who they are and who they're becoming. And so when you're talking about that seed, you're not able to plant a seed in somebody else's garden unless you're going to be your own gardener first.
That's right.
So you can water and fertilize you so you can grow and go. And so for me, when it comes to positivity, how does it play a role in self-love? I have to look at myself. And I'm not Denzel Washington. I'm not LL Cool J, but I feel like I'm very handsome. I'm Will Smith. I am he. I am me. And that self-love starts with me without being conceited or arrogant. Look in the mirror and see you for who you are and who you want to be. That's where positivity plays a role, not only in my life and in yours. Take a moment, just like any other time you want to watch a ball game, and reflect on who you used to be. And I tell you, I always smile, man, because I'm like, look where I'm at now. And I didn't do it myself, but look at me now, because I see me. And that's in the positive role and positive me.
Right. I like how you brought that home. We all come to the realization, at least I hope we all do at some point.
Positive mindset.
Positive mindset. What you said towards the end, but I didn't do it by myself.
No.
Of course, I mean, that could be taken in the spiritual realm. That could be, giving kudos and credence to, as you mentioned earlier, your village, a teacher, a mentor. Yes. There's a multitude of people that makes your village, which I just want to quickly expand on that, because something else, as we continue to live through this thing called life, we also, to use the word again, come to the realization that not everyone has the quote unquote village that we may have had, or any semblance of it.
Yes.
And that has always like hurt me and pained me, that, there's just so many people out here that don't have the resources. Hence again, why and when I see people like you doing what you're doing to, like, stand in the gap, yes, create some connectivity from your area of expertise. Right?
Yeah.
That's why I could hardly wait for you to come on here and impart some of these words.
Let me say this, Chris, and I I always go back because I'm old school. I love to hear what these old heads would say. And I had a church member, a late church member. He always would say these two words: "Come, come."
Mm.
We have to labor on this journey, and that goes for that spiritual realm. That's the beginning of my village.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do come, you come as you are. And then if you are willing to be transformed and transition from the old you to the new you, you have to open up your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't open up your heart, how can it be transitioned and transformed into the new you?
Mm.
Some people get complacent, and that's just the reality of it all.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is also be true to you.
Be true to you.
I am this person right now. He's not done with me yet. And you have to have the mindset, the positive mindset, that something greater is on the way, and you got to be patient enough to wait on it. But while you're waiting, you have to do your part. You have to do the work. It's not going to be easy, not this journey. But I guarantee you this: if you do the work, you do your part, he'll take care of the rest. No chaos. It'll be just calm. You just got to be patient and watch it come to you. As you actually get closer to the stream, right?
Yeah. Yep.
You see how you come to see yourself? You
Mm-hmm.
see how you start to come and feel yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Come to your self-love, man. Come to you. Just get closer to you and look at you, look within you. That's the beauty of it, Chris. Stop shying away. Stop running away from the one that's keeping you in the race. Huh? We are not doing this ourselves. Stop running away from the one that's keeping you in the race.
Mm-hmm.
So, right, so you can be in a better place. And so when you show your face and you get ready to end that race, you know who the beginner and the finisher is. You give it all to him. That's why I'm in this positive mind. That's why I love myself. I know the beginning.
That's right.
And the end. Huh? I'm good, man. I got this thing here now. Life is good. And they said, what'd you put the T on there for? Because it's true. It's true. Life is GOODT. It's good.
Life is good.
Yes. You see what it did to you, brother?
Oh man,
hey. You feeling good early morning, right?
It's infectious, right? Yeah. It usually typically, unless somebody is having a very bad day,
something still is going to move that seed. It may not be right then.
Yes.
But it's going to move eventually, because they're going to go back and say, you know what? Somebody watered me today. When I had a dry mindset, somebody watered me today. Somebody fertilized me today. Mm-hmm. Positive quotes make you think about positive notes. Mm-hmm. I have so much stored up in here and I'm trying to pour out, man. It's filled up, man. I'm just trying to feed others. This positivity. I'm so greedy. I want to eat so much. So when I give it out, guess what, man? It fills your cup. When it fills your cup runneth over and you fill somebody else's cup. You see what we're doing? We transforming. We transforming, man.
It will. I had to come back in on that one. Will say I'm greedy. Yeah. That's right. What I'm hearing and feeling is, well, Will already knows that no, this is for them.
Yes.
I'm getting more into me, pouring more into me, so I can pour, right? It's all reciprocal. I'm not holding on to it. No, I'm trying to give it, absorb and take in as much as I can so I can have just enough to disperse to whoever needs it, be it the scholars in my classroom, in my school, in my surrounding area, etc., etc.
Chris, I will say this. On IG, it says, at Mr. Positivity Pours. Mm-hmm. I truly believe in this. When you pour out and you pour into someone and it's real, they'll soak it up. Don't miss that. They'll soak it up. Yep. And then guess what happens then? When you squeeze them, and you get information out of them,
Yeah.
guess what? Just one little drop. That's all it takes just to water another seed. I would say this. If you want to have a positive mindset, you have to also get rid of that negative mindset. Stop saying, you've heard this. I'ma do. Act like Nike and just do it. That internal truth, that's the it. Just do it. The internal truth. Let it come out. Stop saying I'ma do. That's an action word. Those are action words. If you stop being complacent with your life, if you really love yourself, do for yourself. Don't be afraid of it. It's waiting on you. If you desire more, you have to do more. And your more, it actually helps you to expand your life. I know that the word says this, first shall be last and the last shall be first. Well, since I'm going to be first, let me take more into it because I've done more for me. And it starts with self-love.
Those words of wisdom there. Now, you've been dropping dimes throughout the whole segment.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you want to say or any additional seeds you want to drop?
I would. The reality of life, it is what it is. And that's what people say. And I beg to differ. The reality of life is what you make it. Start with you and stop listening to others. Listen within you. And watch how you transition and transform your life to who you want to be, who you are actually created to be. If your body of work comes from the inside, it'll show up on the outside. And when you do that body of work, you'll be the example for others who will crave to be in your environment. Do not let the environment that you grew up in, the I-N, become the environment that E-N-D, your life. You have to have self-love. Love you first before you can love someone else. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, man. Brother, you are absolutely welcome. Will, the words of wisdom, man, that you guys impart when you come on here, it lights me up and fires me up each and every time.
I appreciate it. And Chris, if you don't mind, I would like to say this. Anyone that's looking for a speaker, authentic speaker, you can hit me up, Will Smith on Facebook, at Mr. Positivity Pours on IG. And most definitely, I'll say this much. If you want the real, okay, because I'm going to give it to you. People don't like the truth. People don't like the truth. You know what happens? People say the truth sets you free. The truth hurts. And guess what? When you hurt, you don't want to feel no pain. Sometimes that pain brings about that joy in your life because it's authentic. It is real. Be more like me, Mr. Positivity.
I love that, Will. And I'm going to make sure too, I have, all of your social media handles. Brother Will, thanks again for coming on here, man. You poured into us, or I should say, thanks for coming on here and pouring all this positivity on us. Look forward to having you on at some other point. And when you get everything else growing, as you continue to grow, I love to support you in any way I can. I don't have to say that. You already know that.
Already know.
But I'm going to publicly say it anyway.
Can I throw something else out there?
Please.
And just recently, I just finished a cohort with Position for More. There's a global speaker, Mr. Keith L. Brown, Savannah State University, of course. And if there's anyone out there that is looking to transform their gift, they might want to look out and check out Mr. Keith L. Brown, Mr. Position for More, and his global program. And that's why I'm sitting here today also, because of people like Keith L. Brown. And I greatly appreciate it. Position for More. And it's positioned me to be on your podcast.
And also make sure I have that information so I can have that in the description as well.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right, man. Thanks again, Will. And to the audience, hey, thanks as always for tuning in. Like this video and any other recording that may resonate with you. Leave a comment. I'd like to hear, what you have to say about this video. And share as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click the notification button so you can be notified of my latest content. As you guys know, this is another way we creatively inform and inspire, helping people write the lives they desire. Until the next time, take care.